Imagine loading up your PS5, and instead of seeing another shooter or story game, your entire planet is sitting right there inside your console. Every city, every runway, every mountain, the whole world waiting for you to take off. And the crazy part? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is finally touching down on PlayStation for the first time ever, launching on December 8th. This is not just another port. This version could actually be one of the biggest releases PlayStation has seen in years. But it's also wrapped in confusion, expectations, and a few things you seriously need to know before you even think of downloading it. Today, I'm breaking everything down in a way that actually makes sense. The good, the weird, the hype, the deal breakers, all of it. And I promise you, once you hear what this game is capable of, you'll either be fully in or completely unsure. Let's get into it. So first, let's start with the big flex. Flight Simulator 2024 hands you the entire planet. Not a chunk, not a region, literally the whole Earth. You can drop into any continent, pick from nearly 40,000 runways, hover over 60,000 helipads, and explore everything from Preston in England to the pyramids in Egypt. It's the same go anywhere, fly anything freedom Xbox and PC players have, except now on PS5. But here's the thing, Xbox and PC didn't always run perfectly. They had stutters, bugs, slow loads, you name it. So the big question is, will PS5 handle the pressure better, or inherit the same problems? And we simply won't know until players hit the skies on launch day. But let's move to something we do know for sure, because the moment you pick up that controller, you'll feel something special. The DualSense integration might be the sneaky MVP of the entire PS5 port. The triggers tighten or soften based on your speed, your aircraft weight, and the runway surface. Your controller speaker becomes your cockpit radio. The gyro lets you tilt fly if you want that physical feel. Even the touchpad and light bar get involved, creating this almost cockpit-like sensation right in your hands. It's the first sign that this isn't just a copy-paste port. It's actually tailored to PlayStation. But let's talk about how you actually learn to fly in this massive world. Flight Simulator can be intimidating for newcomers. There's a lot of buttons, a lot of menus, a lot of, wait, what did I just press? But that's where the new career mode kicks in. You don't just jump into a jumbo jet and pray. You start at the ground level, like a real trainee pilot. You work through clean, simple lessons. You try different aircraft. You earn certificates. You unlock harder missions. And slowly, you go from lost in the cockpit to actually feeling like a licensed pilot. It makes the whole experience feel less like a giant map and more like a progression journey. And when you finally level up enough, that's when the world really opens. Once you've found your wings, the game throws you into all kinds of aviation careers. And this is where things start feeling addictive. One moment you're dropping water onto wildfires. The next, you're low-flying to spray crops with precision. Then you're racing cargo across tricky routes, pulling off medical emergency flights, performing search and rescue, or even helping with aerial construction. And these aren't one-size-fits-all missions, because the aircraft you fly changes everything. Which brings us to one of the biggest parts of the game. The aircraft lineup is insane. PS5 gets the same huge fleet as Xbox and PC, around 125 aircraft at the top tier. You want ultralights for crazy maneuverability? Got it. Big long-haul airliners for those cinematic cross-country flights? Yup. Fast military fighter jets? Absolutely. Helicopters for low-altitude action? They're in. Futuristic eVTOL aircraft that lift straight up like a Harrier? Also in. Plus gliders, balloons, bush planes, and even the Boom Supersonic XP-1, a jet that literally breaks the sound barrier. Speed fans are going to lose their minds. But before you get lost in all those aircraft, let's talk money, and the part that gets confusing fast. There are 4 editions: Standard, Deluxe, Premium Deluxe, and Aviator. Each upgrade tier adds more aircraft and handcrafted airports. Standard is solid for beginners, but if you're someone who'll be playing this for months, you might want the bigger editions, if your budget is ready for the price jumps. But if you're thinking of pre-ordering, here's where things get interesting. If you pre-order any PS5 version, you get the Northrop T-38A Talon, a supersonic trainer jet used by the US Air Force and NASA. And if you pre-order the Deluxe, Premium Deluxe, or Aviator versions, you get 5 days of early access before the official launch. So if you want to hit the skies before everyone else, that's your route. Now let's talk about one of the biggest surprises in the game's design. Despite modeling the entire Earth, the game only takes around 50 gigabytes on your PS5. Sounds crazy, right? But it's because most of the world streams in live while you play. That means you absolutely need solid internet. Even the physical disc depends on online data. But here's a nice twist. You don't need a Microsoft account or gamertag on PS5. Your PlayStation login is enough. But the internet requirement leads us to another issue. This is the part that stings. There's no crossplay and no cross-save. So if you've been grinding on Xbox or PC, none of that progress carries over. Marketplace purchases also don't transfer. Everything starts from scratch on PS5. For new players, this won't matter. But for veterans with years of progress, this could be a deal breaker. Still, if you're starting fresh, the PS5 marketplace is stacked. Tons of add-ons, aircraft, scenery packs. Some amazing, some not so good. Communities like Reddit will save you money here. But let's move to what most people are wondering. Xbox and PC versions still struggle with slow loading and technical hiccups. PS5 and PS5 Pro promise better visuals and faster load times, but we won't know how true that is until the community starts flying on release day. Performance is the big unknown in this whole launch. But if you're someone who loves immersion, then this next part is something to look forward to. If you have PSVR 2, full VR support is coming in 2026 as a free upgrade. On PC, VR completely transforms Flight Simulator. It's like sitting inside a real cockpit. But VR on PC has bugs too, so fingers crossed PSVR 2 delivers a smoother experience. Now before we wrap up, let's touch on something that matters for a lot of players. PlayStation nailed accessibility, and Flight Sim builds on top of that. You can adjust visuals, reduce motion, tweak controls, remap everything, disable vibration, fine-tune sensitivity, whatever you need. And the in-game assists help newcomers fly without feeling overwhelmed. Now with all this on the table, here's the big question. If you want something huge, something deep, something you can learn and master and always come back to, this might be one of the most meaningful games you install on your PS5. But it's not perfect. You need good internet. You lose your old progress. And we still don't know if PS5 will avoid the issues Xbox and PC struggled with. If you're brand new, this is the perfect time to jump in. If you're switching from another platform, you'll have to decide if the restart is worth it. Either way, December 8th is going to be a big day. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, are you picking this up on PS5? And what's the first place you're flying to when you get it? I'll be reading your comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.